Okay, it's day 3 of R.B.I. Baseball on the Mega Drive. Game 220 continues. Yesterday I did find a good way to do pitching, which has certainly speeded up things. But you know what hasn't speeded up things is me leaving my pillow on the other side of the room, so I'm going to have to go pick that up. Okay, should be better now. But how's it going? We're going to carry on. I'm not sure. What is this music? Oh, it's from Light Crusader. I'm very confused. If Sega Retro will load up, which it has not been doing, like I swear their website is down more than it's up. Love the website, but it's never working. So I was reading through the settings, because the manual makes no sense. So, what I can see it says that one player play starts a game between a human player and a computer player. This song needs to go away, it's too chaotic. Okay. Starts a game between a human player and a computer player. It is the best of 7 series if the player chooses a team from the American League and one team from the National League. I did not. I chose 2 teams, I think, from the whatever league we're in. Who are we? The Cincinnati Reds? I chose 2 teams from the National League. Or, if the player chooses a division winner for the computer team. What is a division winner? Oh, that's the old teams from Special Years. Or, the player can play against every team in the 1990 league by selecting a 1990 team to play and selecting another team from the same league for the computer. I think that's what I've done. So I think I've actually ended up making the game probably longer for myself. I think I chose the wrong settings. So I'm going to have to play every team in the league. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm going to do 11 games instead of... Wait, what? Oh, I see. I get it now. It makes sense. They could have explained this so much better in the manual. I think what's going on... Let me go back to the start of the game first, because that'll make it make more sense. I'll reload this save later. Oh, what a confusing way to do things. Like, why not just have a menu for this? So I think what's happening is, if we choose Cincinnati, and then we choose a team from the National League, we will play a league. It'll be league mode. Right? So then we'll play all of these teams, like Chicago, Atlanta, Montreal, blah, 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 blah. And then presumably, we will then go into a best of 7 with whoever wins this league. So that means we've got a lot of baseball to do. How very sad. And I think what would happen is if we'd just chosen one team from over here, it would, because it says the best of 7, I assume that would be like faking as if you've already done the league and won the league, and now you're moving into the what do they call it? Like the world division? But why can't they just like state that? It's a very confusing way to do this. Because all the player can play against every team in the 19, and then, or if we did something down here, I don't know, we can play like all the teams in that, but I'm not even bothered about that. By selecting, all the player can play against every team in the 1990 league by selecting a 1990 team to play and selecting another team from the same league for the computer, or by selecting a division winner. What? All the player can select every team in the 1990. Play against every team in the 1990 league. I assume that's a league, and that's a league. Bye. I love you, Dynamite Heady, but I can't think with this song on right now. It's too much. All the player can play against every team. That's what I'm doing now, I think. And selecting another team from the same league for the computer. Okay. Or by selecting a division winner, which is these at the bottom, to play, and selecting a 1990 team from the same league for the computer. What? Finishing with a game against a special all-star team if the player succeeds. Otherwise, the game will be an exhibition game. Series games use a password system for continuing. I guess we're in a series. But, like, that's such a nonsensy way to explain this. What did the manual say? The reason I'm just interested is trying to know, like, how much is left. You know what I mean? Where did I put the manual? Yeah. R.B.I. baseball. Right, how do you start? Because I think either way I'll just continue doing what I'm doing, because even if it's 11 games, I've already done 3. Now. Where is it? It's so hard to just find an explanation. Series play. In a series, remember that a starting pitcher may only appear as often as every other game. In single player mode, if you select 2 different teams in the same league, you will play a series against all the teams in that league. Okay, so that's what I've done. So we're clearly doing that. Otherwise, you will play a 7-game... Why does it say a 7-game series? That's what confused me. If it meant like a best of 7, that's not a series, is it? That's just playing, you know, the whatever you call it. The 4 leagues are 1990 National, 1990 American, National Division winners, American Division winners. Right, well, whatever. We'll just jump back to wherever we were before. Now that I think it makes sense now. But what a ridiculous way to explain something as simple as like just having a menu. Why not just have a menu for league, and make it very clear, like all the other baseball games did that I've played so far? But whatever. Right, let me close some crap on the computer that I don't need. And let's jump back to where we were. We're on game 4 now. But yeah, how are you? We've got Armstrong. We're going to go up against New York. That's fun. Let's move some of these around a bit. Larkin can go down. Oh no, but it's actually no. You can go. It's probably a good lineup. I feel like they've picked good lineups because it's like if he misses, then Davis can pick up the slack. Alright, that'll do. Gotta remember the buttons. That's a good start. Oh, that's a shit start. Strike. Oh, I didn't do mid-timer.
Right. Right.
Oh, what's this music?
Right.
Sounds very techno soft. Ooh. Keep going. It's gotta be techno soft. Oh yeah, it's the staff rather than the Force 4.
Right. 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 Out.
Oh, it's the end of that. See if we can still do that pitch.
Right.
Yep. I wonder if they fix this in the next game.
Right. Out.
Like, will I be able to get away with this cheesy pitch in next game? I mean, it doesn't work forever. It's like I think some of it's this particular pitcher and stamina.
Right.
Oh no, this is Armstrong actually. But they've got to be fast and be able to curve it round to get away with it.
Right. 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 Out. Right. 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 Out. Right. Right.
Oh my
Right.
god.
Out.
Can't hit the ball for bugger right now.
Oh.
That'll do. Oh yeah. Goes a second. Not gonna risk third. So I was having a look at Tommy Disorder again this evening before I went back to this, just to get a bit of a reference point, because it's been a while, and there is a lot of stuff missing. That is my general gauge at the moment. I know I've gone on about it a lot, but I've only finished 2 baseball games, and one of them was terrible, and the other one was rather good, so... Hey Jason, how are you? Oh, we're out already. But yeah, I've noticed there's quite a lot of stuff missing. Like I pointed out, there's no stamina gauge for the pitchers, which would be useful. On Tommy Lasorda, it had a number that you could see. Oh, that pitch didn't work. Home run.
Right.
Ooh.
Right.
Yeah, it had a number that told you the stamina that was left. And I had a look at the fielding, and the fielding camera is much more like proper bird's eye view, so you can really see. And the ball is a lot slower, so it gives you a lot more time to react.
Right. Out. Right. 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 Out. Right.
Oh.
Bow.
Oh wow.
Bow. Right. Out.
That's better. No, it's not. I'm either going to get a single run in this game.
Right.
Come on, Larkin. It's got to be good. All I get to is second base. Not like that, you don't. Oh, go back. Because he's going to catch that. Oh, they're all out? Was that my last swinger?
Right. 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 Out.
Hey, Matt.
Right.
How's it going? You got away with it today. Congrats.
Right. Right. Out. Right. Right.
I'm slightly full of regret because I stayed up till like 3 o'clock this morning and then got up at 8 for work. I did manage to have an hour nap on my break,
Right.
but yeah, up late playing zeroing was not the best decision I've made this week. Although I did kind of have fun doing it. It was good in the moment. Like evening me was like, oh, this is great, and then morning me was just like, you dickhead.
Right.
Oh boy, yeah. No late night zeroing tonight. I don't
Right.
think. Come on, get that 1 point. Come on, go all the way. Why are there so many sailors in the crowd? I mean, it don't matter, but like, there's like a whole navy there. Is that usual for baseball?
Right.
I had a little peek at R.B.I. 4, and it kind of just looks like the same game. Oh, and also in answer to your question, Tricera. I think this. Oh, I should have ran. I think these sports games, they did sell a lot. They must have done. Because you wouldn't keep making them if they weren't making money. And I know that the Mega Drive was pretty, especially in North America, I think one of its huge selling points, even in the UK, I think, one of its huge selling points was the sports titles. People kind of shit on them and underestimate them, but they sold units. Like, there's a lot of people that probably got the console to play sports games on. I think the problem with sports games is they just don't really usually have the legacy that other games do. Like, people will... I think it's also the types of people that would play them, not to be stereotypical, but I think a lot of gamers, per se, like on Twitch and stuff, they perhaps don't really play sports games. It's not really maybe what they were necessarily into. Not everybody, but some people. And even if they did, they don't necessarily want to revisit them. And then I think a lot of people that played them back in the day, they might not necessarily be like that super into video games, but they just enjoyed playing games like in their youth, and it was a sort of social thing. Especially you hear stories of like a lot of people in like college and whatever playing the American football games. But if you stand out sports games, I don't know. I think there's some good ones. It depends. I mean, a lot of them are quite similar. But that's not really necessarily... I don't think that's always necessarily a criticism. Because I think within a series, they do... We'll see how R.B.I. goes, but my experience with the EA games so far, I think at a glance, you could write them off and just say, oh, they're all the same, but they actually do make improvements from game to game. It's just that it's not necessarily obvious unless you're playing and you've really read into the system of the game, and then you're like, oh, they've added this and they've added this and they've added this. And even though it kind of looks the same, but they've tried to improve and add, sometimes they actually make them worse. I've noticed. I mean, I personally, sometimes the AI can be a bit weird. I found myself not really enjoying John Madden 92. I preferred the original John Madden to 92, and then I enjoyed 93 more than 92 because I felt like 92's AI was just a little bit rough.
Right.
But 92 added a lot of stuff that the original game didn't have. Like, I think 92 added the replay, and that was the same with some of the basketball games. Like, adding the instant replay would be a huge deal. It sounds really silly, but can you imagine at the time, like when your games didn't have instant replay and then suddenly they did? That would be quite a big addition. It would certainly be something fun to do when you're playing with your friends. And just things like improving graphics and adding more features, like a new tournament mode, or even just adding more realism with like stamina or whatever. So I think the problem is unless you're particularly into the games, you can't really probably appreciate they do look like shovelware. But I think if you're somebody that's particularly into like the Madden series, for example, the new Madden game is going to be exciting because they're kind of just improvements. It's like getting a new iPhone almost, you know what I mean? Like, why do people get an iPhone 10 when they've got an iPhone 9? Or because it's new and got extra stuff that the 9 didn't have. It's that sort of logic. And then it can reduce the lifespan of a previous game because they almost become obsolete quickly. And I think that's why we stereotypically see these games in like bargain bins as sort of just undesirable, because people would sell their older copy to get the new one. But I think they definitely sold a lot. That's probably why there's so many in circulation.
Right.
So I think it depends. I think some genres are harder to distinguish than others. I feel like golf is probably an easier game to stand out in because you can really go all out with like graphics and aesthetic and features. Whereas, I don't know, I think the football games, there's only so much you can do to make a football pitch look interesting and different from another football pitch.
Right.
This is true. A guy at work is a sports games player because he's really into sports. As to the fan of experience for him. Yeah, I think he would probably be appreciating all the small details, and also you want to have an updated version because you've got this brand new player who's now the hottest thing of the season, but he's not in like Madden 92, he's only in 93, so you're going to want 93. And also, if you imagine, some of these will be being played by young kids too. It's like they want to play as their hero. Well, they're not in the 92 version. Well, I want to be, or like, you know, I want to be Joe Montana, but he's not in this one. Well, I want to get the game that Joe Montana's in. It's that sort of thing. To play as your favourite team, because you'll get people that are playing some of these games, like they're really passionate about that particular team, so they want to play as that team. That's their thing. It's kind of no stranger than people that play things like Dead by Daylight and they want to get the newest character. You don't need it. It's still the same game. Just adds more fun to you, I guess. Or do you need like that costume change on that tournament game that you're playing? Not really. It's like what is it, skins or whatever on like games like Overwatch? People buy them. You can play me 1 or 2 games because they're especially good. Yeah, no, I've heard this from people on the internet. Absolutely, like people. I think I can't even remember now. I think the general consensus is that Madden is either 92 or 93 is considered the best of the era on the Mega Drive. And you have to wonder, why is that? And a lot of it, I think, will just be, it might be the game itself, but some of it will also be the time that it was released and what was going on at the time. The biggest group of cosplayers on the planet, possibly. I also think that with the Mega Drive games in particular, as they went on, they started to lose some of what was probably special about them as they shifted into trying to get more like realistic. And then you've got you'd end up with the tail end of the Madden games where they're basically just downgraded ports because the PlayStation's out now. And so it's just the Mega Drive version for people who don't have a new console yet.
Right.
Oh dear. You're too slow. Rarely played sports games outside the Mario ones.
Right. Right. Oh.
Ooh dear.
Right.
I mean, it's interesting. I think there can be a bit of a double standard with games. Like, I know there's some obvious answers, but like, really, what's the difference between like all the Mario Karts? What makes the next Mario Kart better than the previous one? What makes, you know, it's new characters, but they kind of all play the same, you know? New courses, okay, that's important, yeah, but they often also bring back a lot of the classic courses too. It's still that sort of mentality of it's a sports game essentially, but it's just a different kind of sports game.
Right.
Even with fighting games, really, they do add new characters, but a lot of the time it's the same characters with the same moves, just with better graphics and different backgrounds.
Right.
If that's what you're into, that's fine. I think it's probably true with sports games. I think I've been guilty of criticising them and writing a lot of sports games off as just shite, but it's like if that's what you're into, then you know you're going to be able to actually appreciate that. If you don't like baseball games, then of course you're not going to think that R.B.I. Baseball 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 13 you're going to just think that they're all a waste of time. I don't think this game has not particularly impressed me. I find it easy for myself to get into retro sports games a little bit more than modern sports games, because I just enjoy the graphics and the sounds, and it's just a nostalgia for a time gone by. I can't make it would be nice. Official track maker, yeah, that would be cool. It would breathe a lot of life into it. I don't like the football games, so I find them a bit more of a chore, but as somebody that doesn't enjoy football games, when I say football I mean soccer games, I can still feel like, well, that was better than that though. Like, by how, I don't know, because there's one or two that I can kind of get into, but I don't really like the football games. I've found myself surprised though that I actually do quite enjoy the American football games, which I didn't think I would. I didn't know anything about American football, but I quite enjoyed the strategy element of it. They're quite appealing. I'm not sure if I would enjoy a modern one. Maybe I would. Golf games are better than I've realised as well. I actually don't mind the baseball games, as long as they play well. I like the fielding on these retro ones with the D-pads, like thrown to the bases and stuff. It's really satisfying when it's all like fast and tense. But I don't really like this game's fielding. I find it's a bit too hard to see where the ball's going before it's too late. Like that situation, that ball is flying up there. I can't really judge very well where I would need to move that fielder if it was me until it's too late. Whereas the computer wouldn't really have, well, the computer seemed to have that issue. I probably should have ran. Maybe if I spent tons and tons of time with this game, I'd start to get more of a sense. Oh, piss. Whereas like with Tommy Lasorda, I did start to get really good at the fielding in that, and it was very rewarding. I even got good at the fielding in Roger Clemens, but I still thought that game was very just fixed. What the fucking hell was that? Can we get a replay of that? Nobody's there. That's the chat's made for them. Yeah, I mean, my nephew recently last Christmas he got the Wii Mario Kart. And we were kind of joking that he must be like the only kid that wanted Mario Kart Wii for Christmas. But his old copy was gone and he wanted it for some reason. Nostalgia. Maybe that's his favourite one. I mean, in some ways, like almost like, why would you ever buy Tekken 3 when you could buy like Tekken 7? But I have nostalgia for Tekken 3, so I bought Tekken 3. And Soul Calibur 1. Interesting. I liked Double Dash. Yeah, Double Dash is probably peak Mario Kart for me, for my memories of playing. Oh, I think I need to change this picture. Let's try Charlton. How's this music, by the way? I might just turn it down a shade. Turn it ever so slightly. Maybe that'll do.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Bare bones. See, I also just have a lot of nostalgia for Mario Kart 64. I played a lot of that before Double Dash. Whereas I never really got into Mario Kart on the Wii U, just because I was at an age where I just wasn't really playing games like that anymore. Like, I don't really have friends over to play games like I did when I was a kid. Most of my friends aren't, like, I don't really know people into games here. I have one friend who likes games, but he doesn't play the same sorts of games that I do all the time. Like, I wouldn't be able to convince him to sit and play, like, a retro sports game. Not sure I convinced that many people, to be honest. There's one or two I would like to play, though. I would like to play Tommy Lasorda against a friend. That would be fun. And playing Arnold Palmer's Golf against a friend would be really fun. If they could get, like, good at the game too, it'd be fun, I think. Have some drinks and play retro golf. It's a vibe.
Right. Right. Right.
That's what I think a lot of the sports games used to be. You know, like, I think online has changed stuff a lot, but I would say that sports games probably still thrive because of online. But it did used to be definitely that sort of like having people over, and I mean my brother used to do it. I remember like he'd have friends over with some drinks and they'd be playing like World Cup Italia 90, you know, on the Mega Drive, or World Cup FIFA 98 on the PlayStation.
Right.
He doesn't play sports games now because he's no interested in playing them by himself. It was sort of a social thing, and you reach an age where you probably don't necessarily do that so much anymore.
Right. Right. Out.
Super Mario Kart. Do you know I've never played the NES Mario Kart really? I have no nostalgia for that, and every time I've looked at it, I just find it a little bit too rough. Maybe if I spent some time with it, I'd get into it, but I never have.
Right. Out.
There's something really cozy about Mega Drive and golf. I was looking at Top Pro Golfer on the Mega Drive because they're quite cheap, so I was thinking it'd be nice to have one. I'm less excited about the EA golf games, mostly just because they don't have music, but I'd probably enjoy it if I played my own music.
Right. 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 Out.
It's kind of weird that I can do this because now that I know I can't not do it. Like, I feel like I can't bring myself to just fake not throw it in the blind spot. But it's kind of dumb. Can't believe they shipped a game with this much of an AI issue. They must have fixed it. They must fix it the next one, surely.
Right.
But yeah, I had a look at R.B.I. Baseball 4 and it kind of just looks like the same game.
Right.
It has got new stuff added to it though, but graphically and whatever, it doesn't look too different.
Right.
I'm tempted to just play it straight after. Just get it done. We win, yeah! Oh, I did not take that password picture. Let me grab that quick. Whew. Who are we playing now? Houston. Like I said the other day though, honestly, going through every Mega Drive game, it ain't the sports games that bother me the most. Honestly, I hate the terrible fighters. They're the ones that kill me the most. Because they have terrible AI and they're really stressful and exhausting to play. Like, Rise of the Robots is annoying. Brutal, Paws of Fury was stressful until because you just have to figure out a way to trash the AI in those games most of the time. Because the AI is just not competent enough to provide a authentic experience. They just read your inputs and they're scummy.
You're out. Safe.
The racing games also worry me a little bit.
Foul. Foul.
Any more foul balls? Oh my god.
Safe. Safe.
Who is this? Oh, he's got home runs.
Time out.
He's fine.
Right.
Little bitch. The pitching on this is very annoying as well.
Right.
So I feel like you can't just stand still, you've got to move.
Right. Out.
No, not you, Hatcher.
Time out.
Let's swap to someone that's got good home runs. None of these clowns. Did I not just swap with that person or what?
Time out. Time out.
Oh, I guess I don't even know, did I? Oh, I'm confused.
Right.
That'll do. Ho 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 ho. Did Simon gonna kick the field goal? Wait, wrong game maybe. Yeah, this is the baseball. How are you, Renix?
Foul. Right. Out.
I'm not bad, just tired, kind of chilling.
Right.
Baseballing.
Right. Out. Right.
How many baseball games are there?
Right.
27. 25 to go.
Right.
I just put it in. 24 after this though. And 3 more of them are R.B.I. I did realise today, I was looking up some baseball games. Now, I didn't realise I was saying that there's a sequel to Tommy Lasorda's, it's called Super League 91. That is actually not
Right.
Japan only, but it is in a sense. It had a localization. Should not playing Base Wars, where it can be fun, but it cheats in my bit. I don't even know what Base Wars is. I've only played 2. Feels that way more. Well, I've played about like 60 baseball games. They just happen to be on the same game.
Right. Out.
Remember, Roger Clemens was like 50 hours, so that's why it feels like more. But yeah, Super League 91 actually did get a Western release, but it was totally relocalized. Not necessarily in the same way like Tommy Lasorda was, which was basically just changed to English names and chucked Tommy Lasorda on the splash screen and changed the team names. This has actually had quite a bit more to it. It was turned into Sports Talk Baseball. So it's added in tons of like commentary voice stuff. Tony La Russa. I didn't finish Tony La Russa. We need to replay Tony La Russa. So it doesn't count. I played Tony La Russa like as game like 6 or something weird like that, but I only played it for like an hour because I didn't even know how to play baseball. That was when very start of all of this, when I wasn't taking sports games seriously. So Tony La Russa needs to come back. I almost did put Tony La Russa on, but I went with this instead because the other one that we did is oh no, yeah, we did R.B.I. Baseball 94 way back in like the first 2 months or so of this. Somebody redeemed it, and at that time I wasn't having the rule of doing them in order, but now I want to do the sports games in order to see how they have developed. So I need to correct the fact that we didn't finish R.B.I. 94, but I'm going to start with R.B.I. 3, and then 4, and then 93, and then 94. And then I also need to do Tony La Russa. There's 2 Tony La Russa games, but we only played one of them.
Right. Out.
And then that's almost all the sports games fixed. The only other ones to do is NHL. We played a little bit of NHL 93 once, and again I had no idea what I was doing, and it was ridiculous, totally stupid, pointless stream. I played it for like 40 minutes. That was I think that was the last sports game that I didn't take seriously. And that was actually sort of one of the ones that made me think, like, I can't play these games unless I take them seriously, because I just don't even know what I'm doing. Like, just flapping around, pressing buttons and being stupid. It was just kind of a waste of time. I have not actually done any proper hockey games yet though, and they're kind of, my brain's still not really sussed out the hockey games with the rules and stuff, because I don't really know all the rules for hockey. I'm trying to teach myself. It's kind of interesting. It sounds like kind of sad and stupid, but it has been interesting to learn about, because I'm not a sporty person. Before I played any of these games, I barely knew the rules for any of them. Other than, oh, you hit the ball. Well, I need to run as well, that would help. I knew that you run around the thing, but I didn't know all the rules like tagging out and the foul lines and just all that sort of terminology and stuff. I didn't know anything about it. I also didn't realise how slow baseball was as a game and how common it is to have very low scores. I didn't realise that they actually don't hit the ball that much in real baseball. So, he's buggered. So it's been kind of interesting. Same with golf. I didn't really know anything about golf clubs. And I didn't know anything about American football until Twitch. I had to teach myself all the rules. Well, not all the rules. I don't know everything at all, but enough to understand what's going on and how to play it. And it's been kind of enjoyable. I definitely know which sports I don't like and do like more now, though. I found myself, I also learnt more about basketball, and I found myself even watching a bit of basketball on YouTube. Mostly just classic. I was watching the All-Stars game from, I think, 1987, because it was full of all the players that were in the games that I've been playing. And that was cool, just to watch them like actually playing. I enjoyed it. I don't think I'm going to sit down and watch regular basketball, but I could appreciate a single match. It's funny because I went down a whole rabbit hole of looking at how modern all-star basketball has become, and people complaining that it's just nobody plays seriously, whereas like the games that I were watching, they say were some of the best they did because the players like really put their all into it, whereas now they don't bother because it's not a real match, so they don't want to injure themselves or anything because the real matches are more important, which is kind of a shame. Bad attitude. But understandable when there's millions of money on the line. You don't want to break your ankle in a match that doesn't really earn you anything. But they should, I don't know, try and make it more exciting somehow. That's quite a sneaky hit, isn't it? Definitely found zero love for football, but I've never liked football, and football's the one I've been the most exposed to, being British. It's always annoyed me.
Right. Right. Out. Right.
But it is fun. I like to do that with the games that we're going through. I like to look into them and just learn a bit about. It leads to some interesting places a lot of the time, like some of the rabbit holes I've gone down because I'm playing a game at the moment. Oh my god, speaking of this, at some point I've got to teach myself Mahjong. Soccer. If I mean America, I'll say American football.
Right. No. Right. Out.
Mega Man Soccer. I played quite a few. I used to enjoy FIFA 98 on the PlayStation.
Right. Right.
Yeah, at some point I need to sit down and learn how to play Mahjong. Because there's about 6 or 7. Is it even on? Is it on that list? Mahjong? Maybe I didn't put it under sports. Yeah, I think I put Mahjong as its own category. Let me see. I'm curious how many Mahjong games there are now.
Out.
Some of them have stories though, so they're not like just Mahjong. It's like one of them's like a detective investigation Mahjong. It's like a, I don't know, trying to make it into an adventure game / Mahjong.
Right.
Let me have a look. I've just opened the spreadsheet. Looks to me like there's four Mahjong games. I thought there was more than that. Maybe I've got one mislabeled. But yeah, 4 Mahjong games.
Right. Out.
Could be worse. I wonder if I'll probably quite enjoy Mahjong though when I go learn it. I should probably get back on Final Fantasy 14 and just play it on there. Learn how to play.
Safe. Right. Right.
Yeah, the only ice hockey game I've done is Hit the Ice, and that's not really. That was like very, very arcadey. It had no real rules. It was also rubbish. All these fly balls.
You're out. Right.
Oh, he has no home runs as well. I thought that was going to be his first ever home run.
Right.
Would have been nice for him.
Safe. Right.
Mutant League Hockey. Oh, I'm looking forward to those actually, especially now that I know how to play American football games. Because there's the Mutant League football one, which is essentially just. I think we can play that soon actually, because I'm pretty sure it's based on like Madden '93 and turned into like mutants.
Right.
I just wanted to make sure that I'd done Madden first before I did Mutant League, so that I could see how they'd turned it into it.
Right.
Same with Mutant League Hockey. I want to play. I presume it's based off NHL. It's EA, isn't it?
Right. 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 Out. Right. Safe.
It's like, what is this music? This is from Shanghai,
Safe.
which is like Solitaire Mahjong, I think.
Right. 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 Out. Right. 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 Out. Right. 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 Out.
Get to second.
Safe. Foul. Right.
I find it very hard to hit the ball,
Foul.
like not on the foul line.
Right. Out.
How many pitches are they using in this match?
Right.
What the hell was that? Bum, ba, bum. Bum, ba, dum, bum. Bum, ba, bum.
You're out.
You're out.
Right.
I wonder why they didn't do more Mutant League stuff. Maybe it wasn't popular, but I'm surprised they didn't do like Mutant League 2 or 3 or
Right.
football. I mean, I remember it had a comic, I think, in this
Out.
Sonic the Comic UK. So I don't know, that's kind of odd. I remember not really reading it because I didn't care.
Right.
Only had one story, I think.
Right. Out. Right. 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 Out.
I wonder how brand new modern baseball games play. I wonder if they still use the format of like using the D-pad to pick which base to throw to. It's such a genius idea. I wonder who did it first. Because it's the perfect shape. Seems more like you're watching them playing. Oh.
Right. Out.
You know, allegedly, this game has errors. I've yet to see the computer make an error. They always catch. Kind of bored of just doing nasty pitches.
Right. Safe. Safe. You're out.
Wow. They're using every pitcher they've got.
Right. Right.
Thing is with this though, I wonder about it because of the other games too. Like, it's just a league. Like, I don't need to win every game, do I?
Right. Out.
I mean, that's what sort of got me through, like Roger Clemens. I just had to make sure I won enough. So I didn't keep redoing matches. You know, I think I lost about like 20 games, but as long as I won like 22. Came at the top of the league. I don't see any score though, that's the thing. There's no like scoreboard. I think I'm just playing every single team and that's it. It's very weird. I don't think it's a very great, like, I don't know. I imagine if you're a baseball fan, it's not a very good game. I wonder if it'll improve as it goes on.
Out.
It just seems very strange to omit like a league table and things like that.
You're out.
Unless I've not seen, maybe there is one. Maybe let me have a look at the end of this. Sort of not. I think the presentation of the menus and stuff are really, really kind of ugly. Even though like Tommy Lasorda's just a green screen, it's much clearer. Probably change my picture. I think he's getting tired.
Time out.
Oh god, this is F. Strike Eagle, isn't it?
Right.
That was a good game. That was a surprise. How fun that was. It outstayed its welcome though, but if I was to play it again, I would definitely not bother getting all the medals. I'd just have fun.
Right. Right. Right.
Banging music though.
Right. Right. Out. Right. Right. You're out.
Thought I'd try a different kind of pitch.
Right.
Oh, that was a slow ball, I think.
Right.
That's what they're doing. That's what the computer keeps doing to me. That's fun. Yeah, I think it's a slow ball and then you curve it at the last minute.
You're out.
But it will drain the stamina much faster.
Right.
Yeah, look at that. That's amazing. It's weird looking though. Like it doesn't look very realistic.
You're out.
We win! So what is this that we're looking at here? Let me get this password as well. Oh, what's all that nonsense at the bottom? A-B, H, 2B, third... Oh, how many home runs we got? What's an A at bat? Home runs, second base, third base. Wait, what's H? Hits, maybe. Hits, second base, third base, home runs. SOs. BBs. What's a BB? And an SB. I assume that's an error. Strikeouts. What would BBB? BBBB. These cheerleaders are ridiculous. I might have to get a gif of them. It's just like such minimum effort. It looks like Monty Python kind of animation. I still can't. So there's no league. I don't know what we're doing. We just keep going. Philadelphia. Wow, there's 11 more teams, and this is game. Hang on. This is game 6. Ugh. 6.
Foul.
So we've got 5 more to go.
Right.
And then I think we have to fight the Super Tengen bonus team or whatever they are.
Right.
Do-do-do-do.
Foul. Foul. Right. Out. Right. Right.
It's a nice hit. Oh, I've greeted it.
Safe.
And it paid off. My computer really seems to know I'm playing baseball. The amount of times it keeps putting baseball in the playlist.
Right. Right. Out.
How was that in? It looked like a foul to me.
Right. Right.
Do 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 do.
Right.
Oh yeah, so the previous conversation about the Super League 91. got reskinned as like Sports Talk Baseball, but the Japanese version, like the graphics are kind of the same, but they've changed the language. But the huge difference is just all in the sound. So the English version, which I think is the version I'm probably going to play, has talking, hence the sports talk. But the Japanese version, I had a look at it and it is so noisy. It's horrible. It's got no music, unlike the original Super League Tommy Lasorda, which is the music that you're hearing right now. It's got no music. It's got all like crowd chanting kind of songs and drums, and it sounds like a headache. So I think for that reason alone, I'm going to go with the Western version, which is going to also be a headache, because I think it's just fun, full of like nasty digitized, like at the bat, swings, first base, out, commentating on everything. But it might be more humorous than just noisy crowd chanting and drums. One of the American football games has got talking as well, which is going to be interesting. I feel kind of bad about this one. It's very rare that I will turn music off on a game, but I just found this one was so irritating. Like, I put up with Volified, but this one was just... It's because it just keeps stopping and starting between every, like, swing. Changes. It would just drive me insane. I might put it on again in a bit, just so we can experience it. Maybe for the final game, if I can figure out when it is. But I do believe that the later R.B.I. baseball games have music, so that's a good thing. I've listened to one of them and it did sound much better. God, all these foul balls. Wow. Woo! Snuck a run in. Hey Smudgy, how are you? bad. I'm alright, just tired. Baseballing away. I'm feeling the fact that I stayed up so late last night.
Right. Out.
Try and do that slow ball again. Wee! Oh! The dreams have ruined your sleep. Really? As in just having dreams in general, or just bad dreams?
Right. Out.
Do you know what's really interesting for me? Touching wood, not. I mean, like, touch wood. It's. I don't want to jinx myself. Not that touching wood is interesting for me. Ooh. Bugger. Go back to second base. Oh my god. The input on this is ass. I was trying to make him go back. Oh, you did in the end, thank god. But anyway, eating too close to bed. Do you not always have dreams though? Are you sure you just don't forget them? But yeah, I used to struggle. I used to suffer a lot from sleep paralysis for years and years and years and years. And like, honestly, I can't remember the last time I had it. Now, I think it's been a couple of years. And I don't know why, it's just gone away. Not complaining. But it started, I feel like it started when I first came to Japan. Sometime. I don't know. It started in my early 20s. And I had it, I'd say, up until about like 1 or 2 years ago. I haven't had a Grand Slam yet. Was that a Grand Slam? I didn't even pay attention. Wait, or was that... I want a replay!
Time out. Time out.
What was that? No, it wasn't. It should have been 20.
Right.
I can't remember. I was like mid-20s really when I came back. But I did come and study.
Safe. Foul.
But yeah, I used to always struggle with sleep paralysis, but I mean, I think it's sleep paralysis. For the longest time I didn't even know the term for it.
You're out.
It's much more commonly known here though, like in maybe Asian countries, but in Japan, like, people know what it is. Like, they have a word for it and say. Whereas I never knew anybody talking about it. I had to find on Google and learn that it was sleep paralysis. But for me, it was very much. I'm definitely. I think a lot of people describe sleep paralysis in like they're awake but they can't move. But mine isn't so much being awake, because I'm definitely asleep. But I'm aware that it's almost like it's like a lucid dream paralysis, because I'm aware that I'm asleep. Sometimes I'm actually confused, and sometimes I actually think I'm awake, but I'm not.
Right.
But I will dream the room that I'm in.
Right.
And in my dream I can't move. And I'm trying to wake myself up because I know that I'm asleep. But I feel like I can actually see my room, but I know that I can't because I often sleep with a face mask and eye mask on, because it helps keep my eyes closed because I get dry eyes. So I know that I'm asleep because I can see my room, but I shouldn't be able to because I've got a mask on. That, and it's dark a lot of the time. But I get like it's kind of like a lucid dream, and I have been able to use that ability, knowing that I'm asleep, to try and manipulate my dream, but I usually just find it very frustrating and stressful. I'd rather just have dreams and not know I'm asleep. Always.
Right.
But yeah, I used to find it was especially when I was tired, it would be more common, and also if I had like naps in the afternoon at home. But it was a lot of people said that it happens to them when they're waking up, but I always get it as I'm going to sleep. It's always the first light stage, and it was very frustrating because it would rob me of sleep. Because an episode of like paralysis, it would probably waste about 40 minutes of sleep time because I'm trying to wake myself up all the time and I'm not actually really sleeping. And the problem is because I'm kind of in the sleep. Oh, I should have gone. I immediately fall, like once I do wake myself up, I'm still so tired and groggy because I was actually asleep, where I usually just drift straight back to sleep again and end up in just a cycle for a bit. So I'd have to like try and make a conscious decision of like getting my phone out and trying to wake myself up properly, but then it's like now I can't sleep. So I don't miss it at all. How do I make him go back? The one that was on the 4th, he just wouldn't go.
Right.
Wrong person, but oh well.
Right. 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 Out. Right. 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 Out. Right. Right.
Oh, whoops.
You're out. You're out. Bow. You're out.
The reviews for this were... Sega Rastro's down again. Never works. It was bad gateway.
Hey. Right. You're out.
On 24th, was that, you're not wrong, G. It's kind of like, I don't know. Shouldn't really complain about something that's free, but it's like, come on, like, it's always down. It's such an amazing resource. Have you got your Discord back? Are you using the same account? Or do I need to add something new? You keep losing it. Oh, you got hacked. It's a whole thing.
Right.
It's been a real drama.
Safe.
I was trying to tell people to say, yeah, I read that online. It's ridiculous. You think they'd like read the content? I suppose there's privacy. I don't know.
Right.
I suppose in some ways it's kind of nice, maybe perhaps to think that they're not reading your messages.
Safe.
But it would be better if you could get a faster response.
Right.
I assume you've closed your whole... I left because you said to, so I left your Discord group. Because you said you were going to nuke it. What the hell was that? Oh, fucking hell, this game. I gotta pick up the damn ball now. This pitcher needs swapping, he's too tired.
Safe.
I left like yesterday.
Time out.
Ba 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 da ba da.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to check the reception for this.
Safe.
Oh, it's up again. No, it's not. It's down again.
Right. 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 Out. Right.
How did you get on with Pocahontas in the end? Did you actually finish it?
Right.
I really like that game.
Right. Out.
I wonder how much that is. I bet it's expensive. I have a question, by the way, G. You know North American Mega Drive games? Does the plastic go all weird on them in the black clamshells? Because every time I've seen one listed, well, quite a few of the times I've seen one listed now, I've been looking at the pictures, and inside, they're all like kind of got white spots everywhere almost. But the Japanese ones don't, but it seems to be the North American ones, like, I don't know if they're like reacting to heat or something. Maybe it might just be the particular seller, but I don't know.
Right.
Just looks a bit weird. It's uncommon. Did it come out in PAL territories, Pocahontas? I can't even remember. Oh, I probably can't check because Sega Retro ain't working. Might say on Wikipedia though. I've got a feeling it did. Because isn't it European? I've got a feeling it's European made. Somewhere for being ex-rentals. But on the inside, not the outside. That's why it's so strange, because that's the protected part. It was developed by Funcom. So Wikipedia says, but Sega Bash is not working. I give up, can't be arsed. Oh, R.B.I. Baseball's loaded though, badly. Can I at least just look at reception?
Right. Out. Right.
Worse aware, the glue is seeping through the label. Glue? Oh, on the cartridges? Yeah, some of the cartridge stickers have been coming off, I've noticed on some things that I see, but not usually. Usually they're just sort of flipping up at the top on the Japanese ones, but that's because, you know, because they wrap all the way round.
Right.
I suppose you could just glue them back down.
Right. Right. Out. Right.
Some of the early Japanese box arts, like I find a lot of the Mega Drive boxes are a bit hit and miss, especially the back of them. They tend to look quite ugly, I think.
Out.
But some of them, they have the most gorgeous art. Like, especially some of the sports games, it's like hand-drawn all around the back. I mean, even Super League is like that.
Right. Right. Out.
I mean, some of them are actually the same artist. Like, Alter Beast is another one that's really nice. Have you ever seen the back of the box for the Japanese Alter Beast? It's like, it's just this gorgeous art.
Right. Right.
I don't feel like they ever did a very good job of sort of selling the game though on those earlier games, because they often wouldn't really have. They have like one or two screenshots, so maybe just like a sentence of something, like a legend is born or something weird. Like they didn't really tell you much about the game. It more looks like a promotional poster than a box.
Right. Right. Out.
Oh, reception's loaded. This got okay reviews then, except in Russia. Russia it got 40 in some magazine I can't pronounce. US Game Pro 76. Sega Pro in UK 72. Then Trick 16-bit in Russia 61. Why were they reviewing it in 2001? Breakdown. Not many reviews for this one though. No meme machines or whatever. I'm kind of curious. I want to see this. Is there a PDF for the? There's a PDF for this one. Page 67. I want to read what it says while I'm going through all of this. See if I agree.
Right. Right.
Bum, 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 bum.
Right.
How ugly that oh my god. Don't even get me started.
Right.
I mean, I've said my point, but it's not even the art that just annoys me either. It's that sort of narrative of like
Right.
who's developed it and published it. Like, you haven't made the game, you're just chucking it on a pissing disc.
Right. Out.
I mean, I'm sure it's running in the Carbon engine, whatever.
Right.
But I need to check actually. But you know the whole thing, like bringing Fear Effect back, it technically was never gone. It's just that I don't think it didn't have a US PSN release, which is a huge shame. So allegedly it's because they're using the Carbon engine which they're behind, but so great the original source. Well, yeah, and also the Carbon engine, I don't know why. I don't understand the Carbon engine. It's just, why is it not just called emulation? Because it is.
Right.
I don't get why. It is just literally an emulator on a disc. I don't get why it's so special. It's nothing new.
Right.
It's all optics. It's ridiculous. And also it only runs games that were pretty much emulatable anyway. It's nothing special. Because if you get any of those what they call them, in games,
Right.
they have often, like, I have Arsha's the remake of Monster World. I have it on the PlayStation, and I bought the physical version from the UK, and it comes with a copy of the original Mega Drive version as well, running on an emulator. You know? The PSN is basically just running an emulator. He wouldn't be out if I could make him run back faster. But yeah, Fear Effect has been available on the PlayStation Network. It needed a re-release on the PlayStation. See, what irritates me, to be honest, is I don't see why it's being claimed to be like this great big video preservation thing, because personally I think it's the total opposite. I think it's trying to make everything collectible and expensive and bullshit, because I think Sony were actually doing a really great job of preserving video games by having everything available online for very affordable prices, and then these games get pulled away because they're getting snapped up in partnership deals with these FOMO companies, and they get removed from the PlayStation Network to be resold for more money. I kind of thought the PlayStation Classics line was a great thing. I'm not so keen on subscription service stuff, but I liked that Sony gave you the option to buy it instead. Lip service, I just don't buy it. And I still think they sort of, I don't know, have the PR and optics as if they're a like little small Kickstarter group, but they're not. They got a lot of big licenses and partnerships, and yet can't ship things on time. I don't know. I will never be buying anything from them. I don't like it. Just stop doing that. Well, don't say what you shouldn't. I sometimes, I don't know, I just don't care.
Hey,
I'm in trouble here. I have to change my picture.
time out. Right.
But like I said with Fear Effect, I feel like Fear Effect could just be available for like $7 or whatever, $97.99 on the PS Classics line.
Right.
And it could have been available ages ago. Tombi could be on there. They were both on the PlayStation Network on the PlayStation 3. I have Fear Effect on my Vita TV. I bought it like, I don't know, 8 years ago. Bought both. I have both of them, Fear Effect and Retro Helix. I haven't checked, but I bet you they have been removed from the UK PlayStation Store to coincide with this release, because Tombi got removed as well suddenly, and then it took a while to realise why, and then like about a year later I think they announced
Right.
the re-release of Tombi. Everybody's supposed to be in the US, but I don't like the way that the world's gone, where everything has to be limited time only, buy, collectible, very, just, I don't know, it's just repackaging old games and selling them for premium prices.
Right.
I don't really get it. Because, I mean, traditionally, what used to happen with this sort of stuff, like, these games would be released on collections. They would be just, it wouldn't be by Fear Effect, it would be both Fear Effects. Or, you know, why is it just Tombi 1? Why not Tombi 1 and Tombi 2? It's just, I don't know.
Right. Out.
A lot of it's high production costs, but I don't know. I don't know why we don't need all the crap that comes with it either, though. You just putting a game on the disc.
Whoa.
Like other developers, publishers manage, especially the ones over here.
Hey.
My concern is just that they're starting to get the monopoly on stuff, and big publishers are turning to them now instead of publishing things physically themselves, because there's no I can't think of the word. I'm tired. There's no risk. Because why on earth, like Konami are not like publishing their own versions of like Rocket Knight Adventures and whatever? Why did they just do digital and let somebody else do it physically? But then you get these weird cases where you'll get in Japan they'll publish it, but in America they'll just sell it to a Strictly Limited or whoever. Yeah, but I mean, they're proving that this business model works. People buy it.
Right.
I mean, that's why Square Enix are having a crack at the piece of the pie with Final Fantasy Pixel Perfect Remaster. Buy it now from our website for like $150 or whatever with a soundtrack. Limited time only. Oh, it's gone.
Right. Out.
Yeah, but I don't see why they got so much shit for it, because it's exactly the same thing. Why is it okay for one publisher to do it and not another? It's like when Nintendo did with the Mario All-Stars limited time only thing. They got so much crap for that, and yet other companies do that all the time now, and I don't know. I don't like any of it, but it's the same with, it's almost like the same with, you know, with like Sega. when Sega does something, they'll get shit for it, but if somebody else does it, it's okay.
Right.
I don't like the double standard. Because I thought that the release of Sonic Origins, people were incredibly unfair. So, well, yeah, exactly. Not happy with that either.
Right.
I'm just glad that I don't live in a country where that matters. Because that would really bug me.
Right. Right. Out.
Because I don't like the idea, like Sega not publishing their own stuff now. Like they instead of and using other distributors.
Right. Right.
I mean, really, what I don't like is I don't like the constant turn to make physical media limited and expensive.
Right. Out.
We won. Oh, I should have took a thing. They're doing the new oh my god. See, that's the thing though, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just gonna be going. Eventually they will just be their publishing arm or something, you know?
Play ball. Right.
I just don't even like the name.
You're out.
I was incredibly annoyed when basically I think the most annoying release for me was Steel Empire. I was so upset that the physical release of that ended up being strictly bullshit. That was strictly limited, I think. That one really annoyed me. And I still haven't bought it, and I won't. We can't now, I don't think. Sonic, you see Decimal, the save file got corrupted, just exits the game, you tried to reinstall it, didn't fix it, forgot about it. Sonic games, you only play Sonic and Knuckles. You should, they're good. I'm not sure the Origins version is the best way to go, but I didn't really want to shit on it because I sort of wanted to celebrate them doing something. I need to play them myself, I'd like to. I'm not keen on the music being changed, but what can you do? I mean, sometimes I think your hands are tied, what can you do? But, is it Sonic X Persona new releases? Oh, that's so gross.
Right.
I just don't understand how they can keep bouncing back from constant negative press stuff and then people just forget immediately and continue as normal. Like the whole shipping, was it D on a CDR or whatever? That blew over fast. Tom B being shipped with without updates on the cart, even though they'd said that they would have them on the cart and they didn't. That blew over fast. You know? You constantly see online about people not getting stuff for like 2 years. And yet, keeps going. I just don't get it. I don't know what it will take. I feel a lot of the time it's just people don't like something, but they want it so much that they'll just put up with it anyway.
Right.
But, oh well. But it's just going to have a snowball effect. It's going to create that as the new standard. It's like, to be honest, it's like, I don't know, it's almost like with Twitch and with the VOD stuff. I feel like people kind of blew over that way too fast. And, you know, if people don't push back, it's kind of like presumed, well, I guess people were fine then. Way too many flaws, so there are some Sonic fans don't care.
Right.
I'd like to try it before I make a total judgment, but my main point about Sonic Origins was I just thought it was very unfair that everybody criticised Sega for having DLC.
Right.
As if suddenly they were the first company ever to have DLC on the video game. Like pre-order bonuses. Like it was, what, 2023? Pre-order was nothing new. but suddenly Sega did it. It was like, I can't believe it that they've put like all these things on. But actually the technicalities of it was, most of it was available in-game. It was just to unlock it early if you wanted to. You didn't need to. It was still there. It was like with the mirror mode or whatever. It was like you could unlock it by playing the game, or if you pre-ordered it you could have it early. I'm not saying I like it, but like that's literally all like Ubisoft ever do with Assassin's Creed. Like, get the gold edition, get the Spangly edition, get the $2,000 edition with all costumes and blah 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 blah. And suddenly, like, I mean, I'm sure there are people that do complain, but it felt like people really like laid into Sega about that, and I'm just like, why is it so bad when they do it? I grow very weary of modern games in general. I just find it very tiring now, the way that the business models run. I kind of miss the old days where you could buy the game immediately for a lot of money, or you could just be patient and get it cheaper later if you were willing to wait. These days, if you don't buy immediately, you'll be paying double in about a year's time.
Right.
Tried the new Pepsi Electric today. It was like, what the hell is Pepsi Electric? You wanted a widescreen? I'm curious about the widescreen. The main thing that appealed to me about Sonic Origins was more the like challenge mode things that they added in. That looked interesting. I wanted it physical though. What upset me about Sonic Origins more than anything else was that they did the Sonic Origins Plus version, but it was a download code. That pissed me off immensely and put me off buying it.
Right.
Still haven't bothered.
Right. Out.
I have no idea the thought process behind that.
Right.
It's blue and supposed to have a citrus taste.
Right. Out.
Can't play Blue Spheres though.
Hey.
To be honest, at this point, now I've got Sonic on the Mega Drive, and that's probably how I'm always going to play Sonic now. But if I didn't, and sometimes just for fun, I still think one of the best ways to play Sonic is just Sonic Jam on the Saturn, because the controller's is like a Mega Drive controller, and it's just a very nice version. Obviously, if you've got technical issues, maybe the GameCube version's good. I used to enjoy Mega Collection back in the day. I haven't played it in forever though.
Hey.
The other thing that I thought was weird too was like talking about like Sega was how like everybody was losing their minds
Right.
about like Sega removing their old IPs and stuff, and they're like, oh, Sega removing everything, like it's I mean, they removed Sonic, and it's like, yeah, they removed Sonic because they're trying to resell it to you as Sonic Origins, that's why. And this is not new, this is exactly what I've just said about, you know, things like Tombi being delisted and Fear Effect being delisted. All the Valis games that used to be on the PSN, they've all been delisted. Why? Because they want to resell them to you in the Valis collection. That's just what all companies do. It's just that you've only noticed this because Sonic is a bigger, higher profile than Tombi, which has been sat on the PSN for 15 fucking years and nobody noticed. And Valis was Japan only. But that's just what all the companies do. And to be honest, I don't like it because I like things to be cheaper. Of course I do, but it makes perfect business sense. It's like Disney, you know. They want to sell something, they want to remove, if they wanted to sell something, they're going to remove it from another place or something, you know? But then the other thing that was weird was, you know, people were getting crazy about them delisting things like, was it like Jet Set Radio and what else, Panzer Dragoon, was it? Or something on the Xbox, and it's like, calm down. They're removing it from that probably because they're going to announce a re-release of it, or also it's just like Xbox 360. Like, who cares? It's old. But some people are like, oh, this is it, Sega have finished, there must be a buyout or something like that. Then what are they doing? I'm like, they're just getting rid of old versions of games, probably because they're going to resell them to you on the modern platforms and they don't want the cheap Xbox 360 version still there. Tag up? I don't care. Oh, what was going on there? Not fun to make a soft visual filter. I don't remember now. I mean, to be honest, when I played it on a CRT, so I wouldn't have noticed. What is going on?
Right.
Did the computer just go like weird?
Right.
PC port. Probably track down the PC port of Sonic. What, the really old ones?
Right.
I don't know if I'd recommend those. They have some interesting music.
Right. 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 Out. Right. 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 Out. Right.
God, all the flyballs on this game. Oh, did that review ever load? What page was it supposed to be?
Right.
Oh, sorry, I'm striking, aren't I?
Oh.
It's like 97 or something.
Right. Out. Right. Right.
Fortunately, a lot of it's just a side effect of living in a digital world. I've never played the PC versions of Sonic though.
Right.
The original. Do you mean like the really like not like? Is it the 90s ones or early 2000s ones? They've got like their own MIDI weird music.
Right.
A couple of the Sonic Origins tracks are based off those, I think.
Right.
I ain't even played Sonic Superstars.
Right. Out. Right. Right.
Sharperson.
Right. Out.
Oh, Sonic Game PC version. Yeah, my friend had one. I think Sega were just like, they were just trying to... They've never been like Nintendo, really, with like the crazy exclusivity stuff.
Oh.
They kind of have always had their stuff available. I think there's periods of time where they didn't, but they...
Right.
I mean, it's like a lot of their older stuff. You can play, God knows, you can play like Super Hang-On the Atari or whatever, or like Afterburner. Some of their old stuff is even on the NES, isn't it? Is there a Hang-On on the NES? I can't even remember. Yeah, Sega were just always like, they just put their stuff out there, but they did usually keep their best stuff for themselves. But then once the time period had elapsed a bit, they would then release it somewhere else. I think probably peak Super Nintendo Mega Drive era, they were really trying to clamp down on their exclusivities.
Safe.
Yeah, market visibility. Well, I mean, they're not even a company, like, they're not even a console maker anymore. They've got to put it on everything. They're just a developer. They need to put it everywhere.
Safe.
Why would you limit your video game to one platform if you don't need to? It's not like they've got to make the consoles sell.
You're out.
Last time Sega did exclusivity shit, look what we got. We got Sonic Boom. You can't wait for Roller. You won't like it. Bless you. You'll like it for about 6 levels and then you'll be over it so hard. I tell you. I just love the music. I love that you recognise the music.
Right. Out. Right.
This music, I can't even explain enough what this music does to me. It just literally is a time machine to being like a 7-year-old boy or something every time I listen to it. And it just makes me think of like sunny days in the UK and like playing in my friend's bedroom and in the garden and then playing Rolo, and it's just what this game does to me.
Right.
You can say what you like about it. I don't think you'll enjoy it though, because I think you'll find it very difficult. It is very cruel. I'm wondering what I'll think of it when I play it properly, because I've never beaten the whole game without save scumming. I've only gone through the whole game once, and that was save scumming. So when I do play it though, I'm going to play it at 50 Hz, I think.
Right.
I want to get a copy of Roller to the Rescue. I can't decide. I haven't been able to decide if I want a Japanese version or not. Because I don't really. I kind of want a PAL copy because that's my childhood memory, and it is the same game in the car.
Safe.
I've already looked into James Pond 2, and I am not going to bother getting a Japanese version. I'm just going to keep my original childhood copy because it works fine, apparently, as long as I remove that bit of plastic in my Mega Drive. It's region free and optimized for 60 Hz. Well, not optimized, but you know what I mean. It'll run okay, because it's basically the NA ROM and the European ROM are the same. Well, there isn't it. It's the same ROM. The NA cart and the European cart have the same ROM inside.
Bow.
The Japanese one has its own one because they added a new title screen and translated some of the text, so it has its own ROM. But I'm not asked. And Angel played through it recently, and she noticed that they changed the extra lives from Anks to little heads. Other than that, I think it's the same. So I'll just stick with my childhood copy because it's region free and it works. I have 2. As I said before, for some reason I got given another copy, but it was North American, I think. That's one of the good things about a lot of the EA games, is they're all kind of region free and they're all just the same game in a car, whatever country it's from, unless it had specific translation.
Right.
I want to get Pugsy as well, speaking of this music, but that's not. I'd have to pick North American or PAL, I think, for that one.
Out.
I'd rather have PAL because, like, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I don't really care for the Mega Drive, the Genesis boxes. I don't like the red. I think it's just... I would imagine if you've grown up in North America, you would like the red because that's what you're used to. But to me, it just looks weird. I've never seen a red Genesis box, I think, well, I've seen one in a shop, but I don't think I ever came across one. I think the only North American game that maybe I played was probably James Pond, and the EA boxes were unique looking. I preferred the PAL versions though. But I prefer the, you know, for the second era of Mega Drive stuff, we got the blue spine in PAL territory. I prefer that to the red. But I think also I can't get used to the word Genesis. It has no meaning to me, the word Genesis. It's Mega Drive. And in Japan it says Mega Drive, and in PAL territory it says Mega Drive.
Right.
I think I also usually, I don't know if there's any exceptions to the rule. Oh, Soleil is not very good. Crusader Sensi, but generally I prefer the PAL box art as well.
Right.
Because they either usually just, I feel like when North America did weird box arts, the PAL box usually just kept the Japanese one. Like Story of Thor's box art, well, actually that's not the same, but I like that they kept the title. They also had the same start screen too. I didn't realise that they changed Beyond Oasis's title screen on the game as well. Kind of a weird change.
Right.
I'm quite fond of the I like the Sonic 2 that we both got though, North America and PAL. I like that box art, I think it's really iconic.
Right. Out.
I'm not so keen. I think I prefer the PAL, but that's nostalgia. I like the PAL Sonic 1 box, and I love the PAL Sonic 3 box art.
Right.
But what I can totally get behind is the Western, North American, European box for Sonic and Knuckles. I really don't like the white that they did in Japan. But I was even looking up Garfield Caught in the Act, because I kind of wouldn't mind that, because the same friend that owned Roller to the Rescue owned Garfield. I didn't really love the game, but I want to replay it. But I would like the PAL version. I saw somebody listed it in Japan, but it was a bit expensive and it's sold now. But it was the North American version, but it's still like, I don't want the red spine, I want the blue spine. I was surprised to see that Garfield ain't actually that cheap. I'd have thought nobody would want it.
Hey.
Let's relieve you.
Right. 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 Out. Right. Right. Right.
Oh, speaking of though, exclusivities, I'd like a Mega Drive Sonic 3D.
Right.
Remember Garfield game several times, not because I like the game, but because I like Garfield. Yeah, it was. You mean Caught in the Act on the Mega Drive? It wasn't good, was it? Oh, I'm not in the mood for this song. It was hard as well. Oh, that magazine article's loaded. Let me see. Can I find the review for this? What page was it supposed to be on? Page 67.
Right. Right. Out. Right.
Oh, the best ball for game. It might be,
Foul.
not great though. Oh, it looked pretty good. I like the idea of it. It was trying to do like a Garfield Mickey Mania, but it was just the first level was shite. Hey Jamesy, how are you? That like vampire Dracula level, it was right rubbish. It was horrible, annoying music as well on that level. I think the game got a bit better after that level, but it was such a terrible opening level. Arrgh. Oh, I think I found it. What page is this on? I'm trying to find the review of this in a magazine. Chuck Rock got 82%. 59. Monopoly 60 something percent. Ooh, Batman Returns on the Game Gear got 53%. That's not what I'm looking for though.
Right.
Pro scores. What page is this? I'm trying to find the page. It's loading so slowly. April 1993, Sega Pro. Pro Help. 78. We've gone too far. Oh, I think they haven't done a review. I think it's just a small blurb. What are we playing again? R.B.I. Oh, here we are. Import. They gave it 72%. The baseball simulation without a difference. Screens full of statistics and an incredibly difficult batting motion. Don't expect anything out of the ordinary. Oh wow, they gave Shadow of the Beast 68%. I'm talking about Garfield. Well, we were before. Right now I'm reading the review for this game. Shadow of the Beast. Beautiful sound and graphics are let down by monotonous gameplay which could leave you bored out of your skull. Lacks content. And yet they gave it 68, which feels high. This is a harsh review. 35% to Star Cruiser. Very impressive, but completely unplayable due to Japanese text. Try it out if you must, but interest could soon wane because of end-of-level sequences. So you give it 35% because you can't play it. What else have we just played? Oh god, they gave Shove It 30%. As the title may imply, you literally shove things into where they belong, really plain graphics which offer nothing more than the gameplay. They only gave Steel Empire 60%. I'm closing this PDF right now. How fucking dare you? 60%. They said it's monotonous. Pocahontas is gorgeous. Oh, I don't really like Garfield Caught in the Act, but I might change my mind on it as an adult. I doubt it. Pocahontas is a lovely game. I think people just think it's like a late Mega Drive game, so therefore it's probably rubbish. And also it's Disney, and also it's female Disney, which is way worse than a regular Disney game. It's immediately like, oh god, Little Mermaid game, that must be shit, kind of thing. I mean, maybe it is, but you know what I mean. Just saying it out loud, you think a Barbie game, it's got to be terrible because it's Barbie, and that's a girls' game. Girls' games are bad. Pocahontas is lovely though. It's a shame that I never played it in real time because it did come out, like, was it 96? It's a weird game though because it came out like too late for the film. Because the film was like 93, wasn't it? 95? 95. Wait, what was it? Beauty and the Beast was 90, Aladdin was 91. No, wait, I've got it wrong. Aladdin was 92, wasn't it? Beauty and the Beast was 1990. Then you got Lion King. What was 93? Was that the year where there was nothing, when it was just Rescuers Down Under? But yeah, anyway, they sort of missed their window with it. Yeah, because Hunchback was 96. I was holding on to my girl games because they sucked. I should put them come around and then go back to borrowing my games. I mean, there's a stigma, and unfortunately it's often true. But in the case of Pocahontas, that's just a good game. I mean, arguably it's not a girl game, it's just that she's a woman, you know? Is Pocahontas a girl's film? But yeah, I mean, I don't think Pocahontas is the best game ever made. You know, it's not going to totally blow your mind and stuff, but it's just, it's very well done. It's got nice music, nice graphics, solid gameplay. It's just pleasant. There's a really fun video on YouTube somewhere that talks about girl games and some of the thought processes behind making them, and looking at the history of the girl games. Metroid's girl games, trash. Trying to think what is a girl game that I like. I mean, I always liked Little Mermaid on the Mega Drive, even though I could admit as an adult it's kind of shit, but I liked it as a kid. I think there's arguments that Tomb Raider is a bit of a girl game in some ways, like, and I know it's not sold that way. It's very sort of male orientated, but and I know it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Let me get that password. It's a bit of a double-edged sword with that because it's a whole bag of worms of objectifying and stuff, but I think what does tend to get lost is, at least my experience growing up and some of my female friends at that time, they liked Tomb Raider. It was a popular game, and I don't know if it was also because of the fact that they had a female lead. I'm not saying that, you know, need to be that ridiculous in this day and age, but yeah, I don't think Tomb Raider's a girl game in that sort of stereotype. can't think what else I played though. I mean, I've always liked the Barbie game on the Mega Drive as a guilty pleasure. I'm sure I quite like Crystal, the pony game. I think I played that once on an emulator and really got into it. Oh, I like Beauty and the Beast Belle's Quest on the Mega Drive. It's pleasant. I think it's one of the better girl games. Right, dating sims. I've not played any. The only one I bought is Hatoful Boyfriend. You know, the one with the pigeons? I haven't actually got around to playing it yet though. I have a couple of Japanese, like, weird, kind of like the otome games. I don't have many though. It's never really appealed to me. I bought one on the PlayStation because it cost like 200 yen or something, and it kind of intrigued me because it was published by, I think it was published by Messiah, as in the people that do Langrisser and Assault Suit, Vulcan, Target Earth, Trampoline Terror. So that intrigued me, and it's got RPG elements. I can't remember what it's called now though, so we've not actually got around to looking at it. Bit of a visual novel. Yeah, I need to play that one sometime. Telling my little sister that Samus was a girl was how I got to try Metro Zero Mission. Too young, didn't get to that. Well, it's quite hard, isn't it? So, oh, I love Blood. That's one of my favourites. I love the Legacy of Kain series. Blood Omen's a bit rough, though. Be warned, but the story's amazing.
Right.
I have the VODs on YouTube. I played the PC version with like a patch to improve the frame rate, because the PC version has much faster loading than PlayStation, but the frame rate is terrible.
Right. Right.
Got Blood Omen 2. Wait, what? There's a Blood Omen pack for Evercade? I don't even really know much about Evercade, but that's amazing. Ooh, the Legacy of Kain collection. What's in it? Legacy of Kain and Soul Reaver. Oh, this is awesome! Look at all this Evercade stuff. They got Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 there. You sure it's Blood Omen 2? Oh, 2-pack. I was gonna say, you're really confusing me there with Blood Omen 2 getting a re-release. I'm like, good lord.
Right. Out.
Is Evercade a limited thing? It always seemed like kind of a cool idea.
Right.
It's not something I would particularly subscribe to though, because of just my personal situation. A lot of the games are quite accessible to me, but I don't see any harm.
Right.
10% low runs. Yeah. I feel like their audience is already rather niche though, because you have to have an Evercade, don't you, in order for a start. So
Bow. Right.
the girl game problem is essentially the license game problem, because most of them are aimed at properties of girls. Yeah, I think it's also just because I think they don't treat girls as seriously. As serious gamers historically, and they just think that like simple things will keep them entertained. Because a lot of them are shovelware. That's the thing, really. They're often like PC stuff. You pick up for like $10, and it's like dress up Cynthia.
Right.
I bet there's some real hidden gems though. I've always heard good things about the Bratz game, I think. It's supposed to be quite good. But it's the kind of thing... I think the problem is there's no crossover between girls' games so much. Whereas I think girls will play games aimed at men, but I think men won't play games aimed at girls. There's a double standard thing, I guess, that goes on there. I mean, double standard's probably not even the right word, but I think it's just it doesn't tend to go both ways as much, because like trying to convince any sort of like typical boy to play a Bratz game is probably not going to go down very well, or any grown man to play a Bratz game is not going to go down very well. But trying to convince a girl, I don't know, to just play like
Right.
I don't know. What's a boys' game? Everything else is a boys' game, isn't it? That Bratz and Monster High. Is it good though? I'm sure that I've heard Bratz is supposed to be quite good on the PlayStation. I mean, I don't think the Mega Drive Barbie game's that terrible. It's just so light on content. It's got like very little to do in it.
Right. 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 Out. Right. 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 Out. You're out.
I think what other game? I don't know. What are other girls' games that I've done in my time?
You're out.
I never had a lot of like girlfriends that were into games that were young to play, because obviously some of the girls' games, they're for young girls, they're not for teenagers.
You're out.
Because even with things like Bratz, it's going to be a younger target audience. I mean, my friend, like Mega Drive era, I had one friend who was a girl, and she played Mega Drive games, but she had Ariel the Little Mermaid, she had Super Fancy Zone,
Hey.
Beyond Good and Evil, Perfect Dark.
Right.
See, but they're not typical girl games, are they? They just happen to have female leads, which is a great thing, though. I think it's
Right.
that's what I liked about Tomb Raider. I think the Buffy game of girls get nah. It's anybody who's into Buffy, but I don't think Buffy was a girls' show.
Right. Right.
It was sort of a teen show. I think everybody enjoyed Buffy that was into it, you know.
Right. Out.
The Buffy game's not bad. I've got one of them. I have Chaos Bleeds, but I can't play it because my UK PlayStation's dead. I never played the Xbox one. It's not supposed to be very good. And then there's a Game Boy Color Buffy game as well, which is supposed to be garbage.
Right.
Not a baseball fan, but I've watched some. These pictures seem awfully slow. Oh, I'm just like cheesing these pictures. I'm like just throwing them to the side because the computer always swings because it's stupid. Control. Oops, I've thrown that wrong, so he'll hit it.
You're out. You're right.
Oh, do you mean the miles per hour? Yeah, because when I looked at Tommy Lasorda's thing, it was like 100 and something miles an hour it was saying on that one, so I guess it is kind of slow. I like female leads.
Foul.
Often if I'm going to play, like, if I play games, typically I will choose to play as the female character if it's a predetermined character. What are we doing? But if it's like a make your own character,
Safe.
I'll make a male character. So like if I play Dragon Age, I'm gonna do male. But if I played like, I don't know, like, you know, Streets of Rage, I'm probably gonna pick Blaze.
Foul.
When I played Ease Origins, you can pick between the main. Oh no, that's not true because I picked the man first. It depends. Oh, especially especially fighting games. Favorite Soul Calibur is Ivy. Whatever.
Strike.
But I think some of this is also where it leans into me also kind of being stereotypically a gay man, because I tend to like kind of ludicrously, probably proportioned, kind of very strong, hyper feminine like kind of characters I like too. That's why I like Lara Croft. I like very strong, I can't even think of a good word for it, but like, I don't know, no nonsense strong female women. I'm much more interested in that than like cute. So I like Ivy. She's basically a dominatrix, but it's not really about the fact that she's a dominatrix though, but it's her personality, the way she talks and the way she carries herself. Same with Lara Croft. I kind of like women just like sticking it to the man in media. It's a thing, but I don't know why. I think some of it you could probably get really deep psychologically about it, but it's probably, I think some of it probably stems from too, like people have always said stereotypically, like why do a lot of gay men relate to Judy Garland? Why is she a gay icon? And I think it's because they relate to the struggle that she went through in life. They can sympathise with it, and maybe that's some degree what I do too. It's like you sort of are rooting for this woman to kind of, I don't want to get too deep into all this stuff, but you like the patriarchy and all that kind of stuff, because it's a suppression that as a gay man you can sort of relate to and feel, even though you are male yourself. You do certainly get a sort of, probably, you know, this is also just me growing up in like the 90s and the 2000s and stuff, but you do feel oppressed by typically heterosexual men. So watching like a character like Lara Croft being badass and like kicking ass and stuff is very, what's the word? Empowering. Even though I'm not a woman. And I don't identify as a woman at all. I'm very comfortable being a man. I don't know if that makes sense. I think that's always why I've kind of been into those sorts of leads. It's like I like Catwoman in Batman Returns. Not really so into Harley Quinn, because I kind of feel like she's not very strong. You know? She's kind of used. Played all the characters in Smash Brothers Melee. I need to play Portal. Talim. So I'm not so bothered about Talim myself. Portal's your favourite lead. Less of a character than 3D model. I don't even remember there being a person in Portal, really. I like Gladys, yeah.
Right. Out. Right.
Oh, you can't? I played Portal. I really like Portal 1. Portal 2 was alright, but I felt it was bloated. I preferred the first one, I think. Just the simple, quick experience. And Gladys and the humour in 1 was better for me. They're both good games, though.
Safe. Right.
But it's the same as like moving away from games. It's like film, like media, like Sex and the City and stuff. It's just the same sort of logic, I guess.
Foul. Strike. Out. Strike.
Do you remember being really disappointing? I'm just thinking of strong female leads now, but do you remember Underworld? I remember being like from the trailers and stuff so like excited about Underworld, and I thought the film was so bad. Have you found the cheese for this now? Yeah.
Right. You're out.
If you just pitch all the way to the side, the computer will always swing and miss.
Foul.
I really want to play the Desperate Housewives game. I've always wanted to play that, and I even got it at one point I think, and I couldn't get it to run on my PC. I was so annoyed. Hey Barface, how are you?
Strike.
As long as the pitcher is not tired, you can just hold to the right and throw and curve it to the right, and the computer will always swing for it, but it's impossible to hit.
Strike.
It's not even going over the line, but the computer AI just always swings for it.
Strike.
It's kind of boring, but now that I know I can do that, it's hard to not do it, because why would I deliberately... Like, I mean, I'll do it now, but it'll probably hit it. There we go. But it just makes the game a bit boring though, because fielding can be exhilarating and fun.
Safe.
Underworld was so disappointing. There's just not enough action in it. And the bad guy was like fucking Bill Nighy.
Strike.
I think I'd already seen him in Love Actually.
Strike.
It just, I don't know what was off. There was just so much talking in it, and like not enough like cool. It wanted a big action flick, and I feel like she never really did a lot other than the opening. And the premise and stuff, like werewolves versus vampires, it sounded amazing and never really went anywhere. Yeah, I just really didn't like that film.
Strike.
I bought it on DVD as well. I was so excited to watch it. So I didn't go to the cinema. I bought it on DVD and I watched it and was just like, is that it? I think I was expecting something more like Blade. Blade is such a great film, the first one.
Safe.
Because they really hyped it up with the whole leather jacket and the guns.
Strike.
Do you have any favourite films? What's your favourite film? I should probably go to bed soon, but I might squeeze one more game in. Just the more I can get through this, the better. My throat is starting to hurt.
Strike.
Can't put to everything.
Foul.
That's your favourite film? Jaws? Not saying it's bad though, but it's just I feel like I don't think I've ever heard anybody say it was their favourite. Like I think it's like one of those that a lot of people would say it's like one of the greatest films of all time, but do people say it's their favourite? It's an interesting pick. It's so dark and depressing. I haven't seen Jaws in forever.
Strike.
It's good though. Spooky. The bit with the boat, like the head in the boat or whatever it was, that made me jump. I love the opening of Jaws though, actually. I should rewatch that. I haven't watched that in years. So do you know what my emote's from then, Jamesy, by the way? Do you watch the sequels? Because I don't even know why I have this anymore. I feel like nobody cares, but I can't remember if it's locked behind bits as well. But that email is it's from Jaws 2, I think.
You're out.
You did, yeah. It's Jaws 2. I've only seen it once, but I just thought it was hysterical. You saw it in the theatre 5 times as a teen. High Fidelity. One of my best friends, growing up, she loves High Fidelity. Is that the one in the record shop? I've never actually seen it. Happy Gilmore followed by Terminator 2. The Thing or Alien? I love Alien. I really love Alien. That's a good one. You like The Fugitive? That's a crazy choice. That's with the Harrison Ford film. I need to watch Dark City. But yeah, that emo is from Jaws 2. It's the opening with this woman on a boat and Jaws is like after her and she tries to like burn him, I think. She picks up this kerosene can or whatever and is like, but she's like screaming like, ah, and she's basically just covering herself in kerosene, trying to like frantically like shake it over the shark, but she's just covering herself in the boat all in this oil. And then silly mare strikes a match and blows herself up, and I just thought it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And I like it as an image. I took it's a long time ago. I took a photo of it and sent it to my friend in a message, but it just looks totally like fuck my life. I'm so over this. Like she's just given up on life and is just gonna burn herself. It is so funny. I can't even remember the rest of the film. I just remember that ridiculous opening. I should give Alien Isolation another try. Oh, Alien Isolation is quite good. It's got some bad pacing issues, I think, though. I didn't like the middle section of it. It dragged. Lisa Bonet. I've not actually seen it.
Right.
Steve. Maybe then you could name it.
Right.
That's enough. She talked about it before. It's so funny. My favourite films. I'm trying to think because it's hard. You always change over time what your favourite films are. One of the ones that I always say is A Tale of Two Sisters, which is a Korean horror film.
Right.
But it's so much more than a horror film. But that is one of my favourite films. I just think it's a beautiful film.
Out.
The music is so good, and the cinematography, and just everything. I love it.
Right.
The thing that upsets me the most is that America remade that film, and unfortunately I feel like a lot of people have probably seen the remake and don't realise, and if they're ever going to watch the Korean one, then they realise, oh, actually I've seen this, and it kind of ruins it. The American remake of it is shite. It's really bad. Because it's just got no taste. It hasn't got any of the style of the original, and they made some really stupid changes as well. I think it was called not The Departed. Maybe it was The Uninvited or The Departed. It was something shit anyway. Old Boy, no, A Tale of Two Sisters. I like Old Boy as well. Old Boy is brilliant. Oh yeah, Trainspotting's pretty good.
Hey.
Then I don't know what else I like. I really like a film called Educating Rita,
Right.
which is made in the 80s, I think, and it's got Michael Caine and Julie Walters in it. But it's based on a play, and I like the play. I've read the play like 5 times. I've never seen the play on stage though. That would be amazing. But I love the film. It's a really good adaptation. I love the play though. I love to just read it. I studied it. It's one of the rare occasions, you know, when you're forced to study something at school and you actually enjoy it. Because I had to study of Mice and Men and I fucking hated that. But I had to study Educating Rita at English class, and I fell in love with it. And my teacher as well. I loved my English teacher. She sold it to me. She made me love it. I like drama anyway, so. Because I was in the lower group for English, because I hadn't done so well at the time, I avoided having to do things like A View from a Bridge. And we got to study Educating Rita, which is far more contemporary, because it's like, I think it's a 70s play about working class kind of stuff. Big recommend anyway.
Right.
But we studied it and we looked into all like the meanings of the stuff, and I've always loved it ever since. And I think Julie Walters is just also absolutely amazing. That's one of her best sort of performances.
Right.
Sword of a Million. Tale of the Plaid Kidder.
You're out.
Oh, American History X is a good film. Yeah, that's really. I haven't seen that in a long time, but you don't forget American History X. That's a deep, big film.
Time out.
Let's remove. Oh, we're on sub-in. Now that I'm getting older, though, I look back on stuff too. Like, I also just think like Home Alone is a beautiful film. That's definitely one of my favourites too. The original. I think 1 is better than 2.
Foul.
Now, when I was a kid, I think I thought 2 was better, but as now I'm older, 1 is a better movie. Doesn't matter. I like them both, but. I mean, the other things with favourite films is, of course, there's Disney. Beauty and the Beast is one of my favourite films as well. I just think it's perfect. I like Little Mermaid as well, and Pocahontas and Hunchback, but Beauty and the Beast is the perfect package, I think.
Hey.
Enjoy Robocop? I did, yeah, I really like Robocop. That was a nice surprise. Do you know what else is a really good film? And I rewatched it the other year. Starship Troopers. Like, why didn't nobody talk about Starship Troopers anymore? That was a really good film. Kind of was a bit mixed, I think, at the time, because I think people got confused about it being a satire.
Right.
Oh, I just love Home Alone.
Right. Out. Safe.
Oh, another favourite film. Think about Japanese films now. Some of my favourite Japanese films, animation, Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue, but also Millennium Actress. Millennium Actress is one of my favourite movies. I love that film. A lot of it's music though. Music is such a big deal to me. The soundtrack is insane. Some Like It Hot, I've never seen that. I need to watch that. My mum likes that. Maybe this Christmas I'll watch Some Like It Hot.
Right.
I also like Now Voyager with Bette Davis. I watched that again this Christmas with my mum. It's a good film. Now I'm thinking old movies. Calamity Jane is probably one of my favourite musicals of the classic era.
You're out.
Bit of Doris Day. Home Alone reminds me of Mum. Yeah, it just reminds me. Home Alone's just a childhood. It just reminds you of being a child. Watching it over and over again in the living room. The music's beautiful. It's so underappreciated, the music from Home Alone. That somewhere in my memory is such a gorgeous piece of music.
Right.
Oh, see, I can name favourite films forever.
Safe.
I've said no goals and ghosts. Not in the mood. That'll do. Interview with the Vampire is definitely one of my faves. I think it's also probably one of the best sort of book adaptations I've seen. You watch Home Alone with your kid? Oh, it's an initiation thing. I've made so many people's kids watch Home Alone. I mean, it didn't take long, but some of my old school friends, when I go home, their kids since they were little, I've always watched Home Alone with them, so it's kind of a tradition now. When I go back, it's like, oh, are we gonna watch Home Alone? Even though they're like kind of like getting into being teenagers now, we still watch Home Alone together. Because I don't think I'll ever have kids, so it's my sort of personal enjoyment.
You're out. Safe.
They're remaking it. I thought they already did. It's funny because Into the Vampire is one of the best films ever made, and then like Queen of the Damned is just such a mess. But yeah, Japanese movies, Perfect Blue. If you've never seen Perfect Blue, watch Perfect Blue. It's so good. Millennium Actress. They're totally different, but they're the same director. He did 4 films. Satoshi Kon. And I like them all. He did a TV series as well, but the kind of one of the ones that people really go on about is Paprika, but that really wasn't my favourite of his. I think it's good, but it's a bit, I don't know, the story's not as concrete as
Safe.
Millennium Actress and Perfect Blue. Maybe never see another child actor. Maybe. There's still some good kids though. I think we had a Haley Joel Osment for a while. Is this pitcher tired?
Right. 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 Out. Right.
Oops.
Right. Right. Out. Right.
I'd really like to get one more run to be comfy.
Right.
Nope.
Right. Out.
Oh, straight into his hands.
Right. 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 Out.
I really like thrillers as a genre as well, actually. So I guess some stuff is things like, "Hey Peacock Saw, how are you?"
Right.
Silence of the Lambs.
Right. Out. Right.
I like Scream. I know it's not really a thriller, but it kind of is. I like Scream. That's probably my favourite horror movie. We found him from the basement.
Strike. Out.
Yay! Cincinnati wins! I still can't with these farting cheerleaders. It literally looks like... Do you not think this looks like Monty Python? Just with the fart... I'm going to pause the music, but just with the fart music and them just like moving up and down. It's like a Monty Python sketch. Like choices were made. The faces are so rough. They're just the lack of animation. Except their legs. Maybe last game.
Play ball.
Blue ball. Yeah, I really like a film with Audrey Hepburn in called Wait Until Dark. That's a good thriller. Oh, there's just so many films. There's so many good films. I'm trying to think what, like... I always say Tale of Two Sisters, but like, what else is like really up there?
Strike. Foul.
I mean, let's be honest, the Lord of the Rings films were great. Kung Pao, I did not like that, I have to say.
Out.
And I remember I got really oversold on that one. I didn't think it was terrible though.
Strike.
Is that the one with the... There's some really cool fight scenes in that though. Oh, you've now set me off on some other thoughts. I like,
Out.
I liked House of Flying Daggers at the time. Remember there was a whole boom of that sort of media. I had Hero and House of the Flying Daggers. I was never as into Crouching Tiger though. I think I preferred House of Flying Daggers. That's a bit more soppy. I'm trying to think what my favourite Japanese film is that's like a live action.
Strike.
I tend to prefer Japanese like drama series
Right.
over movies, but it does depend. I think what I've watched.
Out.
I mean, I like Ring. I like Battle Royale. Battle Royale holds up as well,
Right.
actually. I watched it recently with my nephew because he'd never seen it. I hadn't seen it for years.
Strike.
I can't remember if I've seen Hard Boiled. I don't know, I've seen... what's the one? What's the John Woo film? I don't like it. What's his name in it? Is it Chow Yun-fat? It's like the big John Woo film with the doves and stuff. I think it's one of his first ones. And it's supposed to be really influential. The Killer. No, it's not English. I mean the language.
Right. Out.
The Killer, yeah, I didn't really rate it in the end.
Strike.
But I mean, I can't remember it now. I've probably watched it when I was like 17.
Strike.
Something like that. Is Hard Boiled John Woo? Or is it just... Chow Yun-fat is in Hard Boiled, isn't it? I can just picture the front cover, but I can't even think of anything else other than that.
Strike. Out. Strike.
The PS... Oh my god, I forgot there was a PS2 game. Yeah, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was a bit plodding, wasn't it? I think I probably like it more now, though, to be honest, than when I was younger. Because I think I was craving the action more. I'd probably enjoy it a bit more now.
Right. Out. Right.
You watch the Minecraft movie now? No interest. I hear it's trending, but that sort of thing doesn't appeal to me. I mean, maybe if I've got absolutely nothing better to do, if I'm at somebody's house and they put it on, maybe I will, but I won't be looking it up.
Hey. Bow.
Yeah. Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Right.
I think I've seen that.
Out. Out. Bow.
You've got nothing else to do. Watch Minecraft.
Bow. Bow. Strike. Out.
Don't know anything about it. Do you know what I did though? One of my new favourite films though, Wicked, that was so good. I was so pleasantly surprised how good Wicked was. I was really worried that it was going to be incredibly bloated and not have good singing. So good. Loved it. Original title? I don't know. I haven't barely seen any French films, but now you remind me one of my other favourite films is Cliché, the big French film. I love Amélie. I think it's just a wonderful movie. I love that quirky weirdness in Amélie. Yeah, Wicked was so good, G.
Right. Out.
I've seen the real show as well, so I have the comparison. It was good.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm so glad I saw it in the cinema as well. It was just because I very rarely go to the cinema. Do you know what was a good movie that I saw at the cinema though? I saw, and it's I only went because my ex wanted to go, I think, just to the cinema, and I said, oh, right, why not? Do you remember Zero Gravity? Was it just called Gravity in the West? In Japan it was called Zero Gravity. The one with Sandra Bullock.
Right.
I'm so glad I saw that in the cinema because that was so intense. I've only ever seen it once in the cinema, but I remember literally watching it and holding my breath. I was that immersed.
Right. Out.
It was like a space thriller. It was really good. I don't know how it would work watching it on the TV because it really worked on the IMAX because it's in space, so it was pitch black in the cinema, and there was these bits in space where there's no sound because it's space, and in the movie theatre it was just this like it's deathly silence, and because it was IMAX and it was so beautiful at the time, I had this sort of sensation of like feeling like I was actually in space. It was, I don't know if you'd ever get that from just watching it in your living room, if that makes sense. I feel like it was a real, like the big screen and the darkness and the high definition and the sound and stuff. It just really transported me into space. Back to the Future. I feel like I've seen it a lot and just never. I loved that film. I think it's good. It's not my favourite though.
Right. Hey.
Wait for me to get to Super Baseball 2020. I might just do R.B.I. Baseball 4 after this. What? Just get it done. Kind of want to get through a bit more sports because just it's kind of like a chore. Because the more I get done now, the less we have to do later. And we've been very naughty playing real games too much recently. Yeah. Just they can be a bit like tiring. I mean, I'm basically doing nothing tonight. I'm literally just relying on you guys to entertain me as I slowly like just spam through this video game that's not really stimulating me at all. It's nice to have this downtime though, because you know when I'm playing, like, sometimes I'm playing games that they're so hard, it's hard to have a conversation because I'm so focused and the game's so difficult. These are nice because I can just like let my mind wander and just think like about movies and stuff and just chat. It's like a just chatting baseball stream with, and I get to listen to nice music like this. I love this song. Obviously, I know it's not the probably the most exciting content to watch, but hopefully it's fun to just hang out and chill. Fuck out. I wouldn't say the Americana skews the limits of its audience, though. I think it's just, I think it's more of a decade thing. I think it's definitely more Americans, though, probably. But it's probably also just, it's an 80s kind of movie. It was very popular in the 90s in the UK, though. Like, I feel like Back to the Future, especially Part 3, it was always on TV. I never really bothered watching it, though. Evander Holyfield's Real Deal Boxing. There's no voice to text. Oh, really? You know, I actually already read the manual for that last year when you kept mentioning it, and then I just never got around to it. I would need to reread the manual at this point because I've forgotten most of it, but it looked complicated. It's got a whole career mode and stuff, right? We'll bump that up the list. I also loaded up Buck Rogers onto my phone to begin to read the manual at some point, you know. Oh my god, that manual is so big. It's like 40 pages long, I think. I think it's actually about 70. But some of it's just a guide. But I think it's about 40 pages long in a PDF, and they're like double pages. It's ridiculous. Haven't seen it in over a decade. Hey, you know, as well, James, you're speaking, and we're not speaking of anything, but I saw there's an arcade stick for the Mega Drive, an official one, that I didn't know about, the Power Stick. If I ever get one, I might revisit Miss Pac-Man and see if it plays any better. I'll also do it when I can do it on like the real hardware, so that I know it's not any nonsense. Official sticks are great. I was looking at the power. Is it the Power Stick? Yeah. I wasn't really interested in getting one unless it was like original hardware, though, like just for the sake of like emulation. It felt like a waste of money just for a one-off game. But with the real hardware, it is a little bit more appealing to give it another go. I don't think I'll try and like commit to it, but I'd like to play it. And I don't know what other games might support it. Maybe it'd be fun with a shoot 'em up. I've never really played a shoot 'em up with a stick. What other games would be useful for that? Obviously fighting games, but I'm not interested in fighting games at all. And I think I would use a control pad if I was playing a fighter.
Right.
It's probably blasphemy amongst hardcore fighting circles, but I've never used sticks. I've never been an arcade gamer.
Right.
I feel like it'd be fun for Pac-Man. They're not crazy expensive either. Like I've seen listings for one now for like, they're like 6,000 yen.
Right.
So that's like £25, £30.
Right.
And it wasn't like there was just there was loads of listings,
Right.
so it's something I could like watch and be picky about. If it's the one I see, it wouldn't really work for fighting games since it's a 3-button. Well, yeah, but a lot of the games were designed for 3-button originally. The older ones. There is another one though that you might see, which is I don't know if it was official or not, but I assume it was. I saw 2 sticks. There was one that was 6-button. That was I think it was Capcom. The one that I was looking at.
Right.
But yeah, the one that I'm talking about is a 3-button one. I like it because it looks like a Mega Drive controller. The same font and stuff. The other one looks third party.
Right. Out. You're out. Right. Right.
Six was for. Oh, is there?
Right.
How much else to use it? Yeah, I can't either. I think it maybe like Snow Brothers, but I feel like the controller is good enough. There is an interesting control pad for Afterburner though. I was talking about the other day. I don't know if you were here. It's not designed just for Mega Drive though, but it's in the manual for Afterburner 2. It's like called X. It's got a weird name. It's like EXDR or I don't know. But it was made for like FM Towns, Mega Drive, maybe PC Engine, something else. They all use the same connector. And it's got like an analog stick, which is very ahead of the time. And the instruction manual for the Mega Drive version of Afterburner endorses it.
Right. Out.
I'd be tempted, but it seems a bit harder to come by. I have seen versions, and I did see one today get listed, but it was like 10,000 yen, and I don't think I'd be prepared to pay that much for a controller for just Afterburner. But I don't know if that's a typical price point or just a one-off. It was nice condition, whatever it was though, but I don't think I would pay that. I'd rather buy a game for that much money than a controller just for Afterburner. Oh, Flicky, yeah, maybe. But I think I need a control pad for Flicky because it's very precise. But yeah, those sorts of games. I don't know.
Right.
She's talking about the genie stick. No. Can't remember what it's called now. The XE1AP. It looks hideous, but it's just, yeah. But it's compatible with a few different things. It's the first analog thumbstick game controller ever released, primarily designed to simulate the control arrangements of real-life fighter aircraft for games like Afterburner 2. But it's actually in the manual for Afterburner 2. That was how I heard of it. That controller's dollars. I've seen some cheap, like, ish listings in domestically. It might be expensive elsewhere. I mean, I saw a listing for it today for not too crazy, but beyond what I think I'd be prepared.
Right.
Because it's probably a controller I'll use for literally one game. And it's a game that is only about 20 minutes long, I think, as well, when you finish it. So I've still not done Afterburner. I think I'd rather just buy Afterburner than buy the controller instead. Or like, buy Afterburner and 2 other games instead of the controller. But we'll see. I always keep my eyes out. I always watch listings and stuff. If something interesting pops up, it pops up. At the moment, I need to put the brakes on any shopping because I've got bills and things coming in that I need to sort out, and I technically need to save money. Because it's the new tax year, and I finished paying off all my old stuff from the previous year, but all that new stuff's going to come through soon, and it's always a little bit unnerving because it might, who knows, my bills might go up. I won't know until they arrive. They often seem to do so. Like, my pension bill has already gone up. My health insurance, I'm dreading, is going to cost more than it did the previous year and the previous year and the previous year. Even though my actual salary doesn't go up. Oh, good grief. Oh my god.
Right.
Good luck on the moon, thank you.
Right.
On the literal moon.
Out.
Be tough to breathe.
Right. Right.
Not sure what else I would want for the Mega Drive. I want my Master System converter, but I have one in the UK, so that's easy to pick up. I'll pick it up this Christmas. Because they're region 3, I think, aren't they?
Right.
Although I don't have any Master System games, but I would like to get ease on the Master System. I don't think I'd probably bother with Master System games too much. They're a bit of a pain in the arse in Japan because they're all cardboard boxes.
Right.
Can you play Master System games on a Mega Drive through an EverDrive or whatever it is, or do you need to use the converter and then a separate card? How does that work? I have 3 Master System games, but I think they're all PAL games, so I don't know what happens with them. I think, well, maybe one is. How about the Mega SD? Is there a way to play Master System games on a Mega Drive? Like, without that? Like, even if it was just through the power-based converter? Because I have one already. It's at my mum's.
Right.
Because at some point I wouldn't mind playing more Master System. I don't think I'd ever want to own a Master System though. The controller's wretched. Yeah, I got given a power-based converter, but I only got 3 games. Maybe 2. I think I have Sonic 1. I have Sonic 1 and I have the New Zealand story. I think that's it. But I wouldn't mind getting Ys 1 because I love Ys. And I've never played the Master System version of Ys.
Right.
I don't think there's that much else that I would want desperately. I'd like, is it Gorvelius and Golden Axe Warrior? But I bet half the stuff didn't even come out in Japan anyway. I bet Gorvelius did, but I don't know about Golden Axe.
Right. Right.
You can't even get Sonic in Japan either on the Master System. I think it's just Game Gear only.
Right. Out. Right. 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 Out. Right.
I kind of don't need Fancy Star because I'd rather just have the Mega Drive box.
No. Right.
Is there a cart for Master System games that would just plug into a power-based converter?
Right.
Well, that would do. Because I have the hardware, you know what I mean? I've no intention of buying a Master System, but I've already got the converter.
Right.
I just need to pick it up.
Right.
Because they're region free, aren't they?
Right. Out.
Take a joystick box. I don't know. Sometimes I'd lean towards buying it boxed because that can often just mean that the quality's better. Like if I like, it's a superstition, but I like to sometimes feel like if someone's kept the box in good condition, then the thing itself is probably in good condition. But I don't actually want the box because I don't have space. But I think if it was something like that, I'd find it very hard to throw it away because it's like old. Because I threw a lot of my boxes away. I threw my Wii U box away and my PlayStation 3 and my PlayStation... I think I threw my PlayStation 4 box away, I can't remember. I threw my Wii box away. I threw my Wii Fit box away. All that stuff, because I ain't got space for empty boxes lying around.
Right.
And to be honest, the listings that I was seeing, the box didn't seem to make much difference. Because I mean, technically, they've got to post it to you in a box anyway, so it's already come in one. Low priority, yeah.
Right.
But that's collectible refuse, exactly. But I also live in a very small place. I don't have space for boxes. I don't know if I really have space to be buying a power stick, but because I mean I thought about getting a stick for the Sega Saturn and eventually was just like, no, you don't need one. You probably won't enjoy even using it, and then where are you going to put it half the time? I mean, in my bloody boiler closet, I've got a pissing PlayStation 1 dual stick flight thing for like one bloody game because I'm an idiot. And it's massive. I had no, when I ordered it, what is it called? Is it the, it's not analog stick. Is it just called the dual analog stick? Oh no, dual stick maybe. No? Dual analog sticks. PlayStation analog joystick. If you look this up, play Chakan with the flight stick. Well, it's PlayStation. I probably will stream it someday. I don't know how it would work with this setup that I'm on right now. I should just get more games for it, like Ace Combat or whatever it is. But I bought it because it was really cheap and I wanted it for this one. I've got an RPG flight game. But I didn't realise it was going to be so big. It is huge. It's like bigger than my laptop. Did it work? Well, I haven't played it. Yeah, I do what I usually do. I'm hoarding things for the great winter of I don't know. But unfortunately, the way the world is at the moment is if you don't get stuff now, then you get priced out. Oh crap! I need to change my picture. Bottom innings. Let's change my picture. Anybody. Mech game control. Yeah, it's really big.
Right.
It's as big as the PlayStation.
Right. Out. Right.
Really gotta get a run.
Safe. Right.
When I've got a bit of money aside, I do want to get some of the better games and replay them on cart.
Right.
Oh.
Out.
Oh, fuck your stupid pitching.
Right.
Turn my head in.
Right. Out. Right.
Oh, this pitcher is a twat. Keeps doing all these stupid balls. Right, give me a bloody run. Just one. Phew.
Right. Strike. Out. Strike. 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 Out. Strike.
Do you know what I didn't even realise until the other day? Because I was thinking of like which games I would like. Obviously I want Toe Jam and Earl, because I do not have a copy of that back in the UK, I only ever borrowed it. I didn't realise that Toe Jam and Earl 2 never had a Japanese release. I mean, I guess it's because it's a bit later and interest or whatever, but I was kind of surprised.
Strike. Strike. Out.
Play Pac-Mania, we've been told. Let's get that password. So we've won 9 games, and I do believe there are 11. And then I don't know if we go to the finals or what, but we'll just keep going, but not tonight. Whew, I definitely need to think about going to bed. I'm up late again.